Good morning. Today, we're going to go look at some replants. But first, now we're ready. So out here in this field in southern Ohio, and we're doing some stand evaluation for replant concerns. Let's talk a little bit about why replanting corn can be such a challenge. Planting date is exceptionally important with corn. And if we have areas where we have, say, 25,000 final stand with an April planting date, that's actually going to bring more top end yield potential than, let's say, a final stand of 32,000 when we're looking at, say, a late May, early June planting date. So we have some plants here, they're fairly sporadic, but what I really want to point out is this is mud. We got a bunch of rain again last night. This is mud. And so it's going to be a while before this farmer can get back into the field to tear this up and replant it. And if you're following me and you're from Ohio, you know that it's been exceptionally wet this spring. We've had a lot of rain. This particular field has had rain, probably 12 of the last 14 days on it. The forecast doesn't look that much better either. It's looking like maybe we'll have a couple days of nice weather, and then it's going to be back to rain about every day. So when could this farmer get here? I don't know. If we had an average stand of 23,000 with an April planting date, right now, not acceptable. 3 weeks from now, that might be looking all right. And so it's these kind of decisions that farmers and us agronomists have to work through to ensure that we're doing the right thing by the farmer. So then the question becomes, how do we do the replant? Do we want to just tear it up? Maybe we can spray a herbicide and burn it down. Maybe we can spot plant. So let's go through those options. First, let's talk about spot planting. It's exceptionally difficult. You're dragging a giant planter through a field like this, and then you're expected to try and discern, is that 20,000 or is that 25,000? Where do I drop the planter? Where don't I drop the planter? If I drop the planter in an area where I have ample population, well, then I've just doubled my population. That's going to create all kinds of problems later on down the road. If I spray, if I use something like gramoxone and I burn it off, how good is that kill gonna be? Some of those plants are gonna live. You're not gonna kill the growing point on all of them. And so if I don't get a good kill with something like gramoxone, well, then again, I'm gonna have way too many plants. I'm gonna create myself all sorts of issues later on as well. And so what if I use something like Select, a herbicide like that? Well, it is effective, it will kill the plants, but you're spraying a corn crop with something designed to kill corn, there's probably going to be a plant back restriction on that. And with it being mid-May now, it's going to be at least a few days before they could reasonably get on this ground to spray because it's so muddy. And then we're going to tack another plant back restriction on top of that. Guys, we're looking at really late May at that point, best case scenario. So that's probably not viable either. So really the only thing that we have left to do is wait for conditions to dry up, come in here, do some tillage, remove the plants so that we don't wind up with double stands, and then in those specific areas, and then replant it. And you know what? On the bright side, it is a beautiful day, and I'm getting my steps in, I'm getting some exercise. It's gonna be all right.